that you're doing on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey!
Yes, welcome everybody. Later with Jason Suel. So glad you're tuned in. Thanks for joining us. Band, you sound great. Man, really gets me excited about the show. We got a great show lined up. Bo, it's the New Year's 2022. Can you believe it?
I cannot believe it. I even wore my once a year New Year's jacket.
When's the last time you wore that jacket?
I think it was last year, and truth be told, just a moment ago, I was like, what is in my jacket pocket?
Oh no, what is it?
And it's a City of Fayetteville parking ticket, right? And I was like, man, oh geez, I should have paid this. And no joke, it is from 12/31/2020, New Year's Eve last year. They gave me a parking ticket.
A parking ticket.
Thanks, City of Fayetteville. New Year's jacket holding New Year's surprises.
In the year 2020, I feel like everybody should have got a pass on parking tickets anyway. I don't know. That's just me. I guess the law never sleeps. I guess that's a good thing, probably.
But maybe my New Year's resolution should have been paying my meters.
That could be it. Bo, I have a question though. You're a movie guy, right? And you're always talking about movies. I know we just spent a lot of time talking about Christmas movies, holiday movies, that sort of thing. Are there any like New Year movies that spring to mind?
Man, the holiday, we just got done with so many intense movies.
I know. I feel like everybody kind of takes a break.
I mean, Kingsman is in theaters, Matrix is in theaters, Spider-Man's in theaters, and then January, February, you kind of go, and take a breath.
Yeah,
like,
you
not
do.
much happens in theaters, but that's the best time to check out those indie movies, all that stuff that's coming out on streaming, all that stuff that's coming out to your local art house theater. That's January and February is when those shine.
And do we only have the amount of time that's left in this hourglass to do this show?
To the whole show, like the sands of the hourglass. This is the time of our show. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of time.
I know. Well, then let's get to it. We got to talk about who we got coming up on the show. So we're going to be visiting with Krista Bradley. Krista, awesome filmmaker. She won a prize recently. We're going to find out about that. We're going to find out about her film project. So that's super exciting. And we've got the music. I know one of your favorites, Big Piff, joining us. Oh. He's back with another music video, and he sounds great. Music video of a song called I Swear. And then down at the chef's table, can you believe it? We're welcoming him back to the studio. We have the one and only Case DeGario joining us. What are we doing down there at the chef's table today, Case?
Guys, I got to tell you, we were talking about our filmmaker who won a prize. My favorite kind of prize is a surprise. And tonight, we are creating something that's very surprising and something that's very provocative. We know that Bo, and we know his affinity for Oreo cookies, but he also loves grocery store, fast food, gas station hot links. So we're gonna do sort of our version of that.
You're not wrong, actually.
Duck sausage, duck and red wine sausage is gonna blow your mind.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
Oh,
Better than a tornado, I'll tell you that.
I cannot wait. And I want you to know that when you said surprise, you got at least 3 snorts from the studio. Everybody's laughing at you already, Case DeGario.
It wouldn't be New Year's Eve without 3 snorts.
That's 3 snorts. Makes a good New Year's Eve. And Case DeGario is here. That's right. The band is here. Stick around, folks. We've got a lot of fun happening later. We're here at Sam's Furniture, and we, on later, want to thank our veterans for their service and remind you to get it at Sam's. Onward!
I don't need keys.
Remember, get it at Sam's and tell them Jason sent you.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. She's an actress, filmmaker, just won a big prize, and we're going to talk about it all. Krista Bradley joining us. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Oh, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, everyone.
Happy New Year. It's going to be a great year. I really feel it.
Oh, yes. It's going to be a fantastic year. We are going to start production. We have so much going on.
Yeah.
All here in Arkansas, too. So it's really
exciting.
an exciting time to be here in NWA.
Yes, and I want to hear all the details of that. But before we get to the details on your film project, can you walk us through maybe your career path so far. When did you know you wanted to be a filmmaker?
Oh boy, since I was 4 years old. So my grandparents, they're here in Fayetteville. They're Fayetteville natives, and whenever I was younger, growing up, they actually owned a little country store in Wesley, and half of it was like just daily groceries everybody would need, and then the entire other half was nothing but just a movie rental store. And a lot of those were Disney films. I remember watching Jaws when I was like 2 and completely being like, how did they do that? And not being afraid at all, just being like, wow, this is movie making.
Yeah. So you mentioned a few. You said Disney, you said Jaws. Is there a particular film from your childhood that you felt influenced by? I know that's hard.
Titanic. It's not hard.
Titanic.
It's not hard.
It's not hard at all. There it is.
So I mean, like, there's so many. I mean, It's a Wonderful Life, I guess, is like my favorite film of all time.
Yes.
But I remember being in 3rd grade, and my grandpa, he actually took me to see Titanic, and I'll never forget like him turning bright red during the scene where Rose is.
Of
he was like,
course.
I did not know this was gonna happen.
Yes.
Yeah, where Rose let him sink.
Yeah.
There was room on that raft, and we all know it.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Still to this day, it's decades later. James Cameron, I don't
I know.
understand.
That door was huge.
And it was based on a real door. You can actually go see that door. It's in England at a museum, and it is huge.
And
like,
then you
there's
realize how selfish she really was.
No, and then she becomes a character that you can't love so much, but you love Jax, so that's why we continue.
That's why we go back to the
watch it.
movie again and again and again, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So
you'd really say that Titanic floats your boat.
It floats my boat very well.
Yeah, I know. In a twist, in a turn.
Yes.
Doesn't sink, but it floats your boat. So let's fast forward here to your current project.
Yes.
Your Wonderland Cave movie. Tell us a little bit about it. Pitch it to us. What's it about?
Oh boy. Okay, so Wonderland Cave is, number one, it's going to be fun. So I think it's so needed for the time period because, guys, it's COVID. We've all kind of been in our own depression, which, by the way, it takes place in 1931. So for all of our history,
a little bit of a period piece.
It's absolutely a period piece. So we have, once again, if you know about history, obviously we're in the middle of the Great Depression. World War I just ended. We also are in the middle of the Arkansas drought too. So keep in mind, people, they don't really have money.
Sounds like a real good time.
It sounds like a great
Sounds like
time,
it's gonna
right?
be so
It's going to be fun.
Exactly, but
the conditions are terrible.
The conditions are terrible, but in the script, we have dancers and magicians. It was just a place where people could go and get away. And I'm so honored and I'm so excited to spotlight it because it's a really fun story. We have the FBI involved. We have my gang. So I play a bootlegging jazz singer. So I'm in it. Oh gosh, one of my favorite actors right now, Chuck Meir.
I love Chuck.
Chuck's in it as well.
Yeah.
He'll actually be producing too. He was so on board so I seriously messaged him on Facebook and I was like, hey, I have a role for you. Would you be interested? And a week later, he's takes a picture of him in the character's wardrobe.
Of course.
And was like, is this what you're looking for? And of course, it's just perfect, and that's just
and
Chuck.
he just won an award too. I don't know if you see him on social media. He's really well decorated. I've got the pleasure of seeing Chuck every day. Actually.
Nice.
Yeah. So really good. So I do want to talk about this though before we let you go. We've been talking about you pitching to us, right?
Yeah.
But you pitched this to the Fayetteville Film Festival, and then you ended up winning the Fayetteville Film Prize, which is, as I understand, a little bit of seed money to help you get the project off the ground. So talk to us about that experience.
Oh wow, that was amazing. So number one, just thank you Fayetteville Film Festival as well as Rock Hill Studios and just everybody involved. There's a lot of people to thank there. Sure. And so I taped the pitch real quick. I did it in one take because I'm so passionate about this, and it's something that I've been working on for at least 2 years. And so I got it pretty well figured out in regards to how we're gonna make it happen. And so just having the support of Fayetteville Film Festival to just say, hey, we're gonna help you, cross that finish line is huge. Because ever since winning, that was just, very recently.
Sure.
And almost immediately, I just kind of got this thrust of, hey, we're interested in the script, we wanna help. And so it's just opened the doors for so many more people to get involved and get involved in different ways too, because I really want to do the best that I can to highlight the talent we hear and utilize the talent we have here in Arkansas.
And when you say talent too, I mean there's more than just the on-screen presence, right? There's the whole team that makes the movie happen.
Yes. And that's the biggest component of it, is because as an actor, so my background, how I got started in this was acting. And so as an actress and then also writing, I've been a professional writer for about 3 years now. But having that background, you kind of know you know other actors, and then also you write with those actors in mind. So it's really easy to cast, but finding the crew, the right crew to, bring a story like that alive, that's the challenge. But I will say, the people who I've been talking to, they're fantastic. And if I get their support, which it sounds like,
let's hope. Fingers crossed.
It's gonna be,
right?
well, Rock Hills, they're, we already met a few days ago, and they just, the support that they have is just phenomenal, and they're award-winning as well too.
Sure.
So the biggest blessing here is everybody who's kind of touching on this, they're decorated, as you said.
They're decorated and they're professionals. So this is the final question then. When do you think this will come to fruition? When do you have a plan? When will we see it?
Yes. Oh my goodness. So everybody get excited. Go ahead and mark your calendars. So what we're going to do is we're going to do kind of a two-part process here. So we're going to go ahead and make the short. That was a part of the Fayetteville Film Prize, and so we want to honor that. And so we're going to make a short film that will be out. You'll be able to see it at the Fayetteville Film Festival this year.
Right. Yeah, this year. Yeah, 2022.
And I'm really hoping that they keep the November date, because our film actually does, it takes place in the holidays. It has a Christmas theme. So I'm really hoping they keep the November or possibly December. But we're going to do that. And then also, it was originally written as a feature, and all the producers who I've talked to, they really see, they're on board to make a feature.
Gotcha.
And so what we're going to do is go ahead and shoot that short, because it actually is, it's just a part of the feature.
Sure.
And so we're going to shoot the short and then go ahead and continue
production.
Continue production and get the whole feature done. And then it'll have a soundtrack. I mentioned that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff.
But it's very exciting.
Fun.
Yes.
Yes.
What's the title? Is the official title Wonderland Cave?
The official title is Wonderland Cave.
All right.
So
well,
be on the lookout for it.
Be on the lookout. You got to keep your ear to the ground about Wonderland Cave. Krista Bradley, thank you so much for joining us.
You.
We can tell your passion is ignited about this project, so it really fills the room and maybe your house at home with energy. And maybe our show does too. Stick around, because we got more of that energy coming your way later.
Our musical guest brought to you by Walton Arts Center. Walton Arts Center, presenting the West Street Live series.
Listen, we don't do like you do. Yeah. Look, arguments with my audience. Problem hits with the politics. Still they be applauding pills. Probably gets a little rough for them to ride. They just came to kick it. He talking about some black pride. He talking that's how we can do better in communities. My dude, we just came in for these raps, right? Chill, bro, I'm just knowing what I'm throwing. Plus, I'm hoping that these poems mean something when I quote them. And I still wrote them with the hand till and scrotum. I was looking at her friends like, sorry, girl, I told her. Who said we can't drink and think? Who said we can't laugh and do math when we link? Who said we gotta be mug just because they dreamed of dirty situations and they hating when we clean up? Who said broke's keeping it real? Who said gotta be rich, then go switch the deal? Who said that my best ain't come? Boy, I bless these youngs. Hella successes before I rest these youngs. Who says what we is? Who says what we ain't? Who's lifting up the brethren and the sisters if we can't? Who said that my black ain't sexy? Skinny boy out here flexing, I swear. You swear, but ain't a problem when you're talking, but we know that ain't true. It ain't true, look, I swear. If we often and put faith in you, look, one time, I know. Cause you know when if we go, then it's through. Look, ayy, so I ain't even tripping. Take this bridge out like this though. Look, and they be like, ride with your folks, yeah. You ain't even gotta worry, cause we gon' stare. Vibe with your folks, alright. Well, alright, look, so go ride with your folks. Catch a vibe with your folks. You on your 9 to 5, suit and tie with your folks. Set the job with your folks. Shit a mob with your folks. The fly biz class, been a player, why coach? But tell me, killer, where them dollars at? You playing Wade on the gram, here's a lead, follow back, gon' nix that doubt. You got chips en route, Mr. Acrobat, man, gon' flip that house, skip that car, you done got 2 on park, depreciates too quick, gotta equip these blocks, hit these shots, heal mine and hit these knots, can't forever rise up the past, pain ain't stop, aim these shots, man, we just sprain a lot, praying some here to go, boy, train your block, stop following stars, they ain't remodeling ours, let's invest in neighborhoods that be feeding they dirty boy out here flexing, I swear. You swear it ain't a problem when you're talking, but we know that ain't true. Nah, it ain't true, look. I swear we need a coffin if we often it with faith in you. Look, hey, damn. Cause you know when if we go, then it's through. Look, hey, so I ain't even flipping cause we listen, we don't do like we do. Flip it up like this though. And they be like, they got the trouble in the air, blocks moving around. They love it when you scared, but no fooling us now. We coming in prepared, cause oh, we bout to clown. Knowing when the things go up, look, they got the trouble in the air, blocks moving around. They love it when you scared, but no fooling us now. Hey, we coming in prepared. Let's try it out like this though. Look, hey. I hold you down, youngin'. Know I'm working on something for a while now. Trying to get it moving for these clouds crowd. Round here, seen too many drown from no help. Cause underwater screams ain't a loud sound. This round went from solo to dodo. To please scoot back, there's more to hold in the photo. The units in the movement, they confuse it for just music. Don't be stupid, but this here is just a banger. Don't you know we got the trouble?
Yeah, everybody, welcome back later with Jason Suel. We're down here at the chef's table. We've got the one and only Case DeGario joining us.
Every New Year.
Every New Year, you're back.
Happy New Year's, guys. Look, I am not wearing these gloves because that's what Bo prefers. We know that. I'm wearing them because we're actually using raw meat today.
I know, raw meat.
meat?
I've got gloves on as well. What are we going to get into
Guys,
here?
thanks for having me. It's so great to be here. You guys look great. The band looks great. It looks like Bo. Every time I see you, I say to myself,
I'm wearing this jacket because I'll only see you at New Year's.
I love the way he smells.
Oh.
It's like a little bit of sort of like aftershave that my grandfather wore.
brute.
And then also like maybe a little eggnog and then some bad rum.
Yes.
So I love it. Thank you, my
It's
friend.
Jamaican rum.
I know.
All I
it
can
is.
smell down here
That's
is
all
this,
it's gonna
is this
be.
duck sausage, man.
Look
This-
at the,
look
so
at
it's
this.
duck?
Guys, here's the thing. So it is, we're in January. It's
Yeah.
duck season in the Ozarks.
What about, when is it wabbit season?
It is wabbit season every day of the
You
year.
West
But
Coast
it's
wabbit.
duck season now?
Okay.
It's duck season right now. So what that means is that I have all of my duck hunting friends.
In a row?
I'm a deer hunter. I like to quail, all kinds of stuff, women. But this is
You're a
duck
huntsman.
from actually, I am a huntsman. This is actually duck that came from Jason Willems, our friend Jason
Love
Willems.
Jason
Called me
Willems.
and said, hey man,
Yes.
what are you gonna do? And I said, let's make a duck sausage with red wine, and that's what this is.
Oh,
So
wow, okay.
I'm gonna
I'm
do.
guessing
We're
this is
not
the
gonna.
red wine?
That's the red wine. We're not gonna go crazy. So this recipe, guys, when you really start to think about it, and you can find it on a website. I'm trying to think. Oh, edibleculture.net.
That's the place.
This duck sausage, we're talking about a third pork belly.
Ooh, tell me
fatty
more.
pork
It's not
belly.
duck.
2/3 actual. I know that's right, but we
like
have
a chimera
that
sausage.
binds it all together. That makes it so that it actually can go into the case.
What other animals
Case.
are in here?
The
So,
case, making the case.
DeGario.
That's right. We have actually duck, cat from my neighborhood. No, I'm kidding. There's no
Locally
kittens.
sourced.
The only kitten on this recipe is Bo.
Oh,
Okay.
look how cute he
So
is.
what we've done is we've ground it with some seasonings. We've done some garlic because I like that sort of after you eat it for there to be a little belch that's going to just kind of be kind of sexy.
That's how you can tell it's good.
You know, when you crawl into bed with your lady or your man or whomever.
They love that.
You want a little something right there. So what we're going to do, we've ground it. Well, we're grinding it, and now we're going to stick it. Now, I want you to hold this.
Okay.
Here we go. We're gonna take it
Oh,
right
look
through.
at that.
Look at this.
You seeing this?
Look at this. Coming right through. Coming right through.
Very suggestive taste.
There you go.
I
So
didn't realize making sausage was so uncomfortable.
on so many levels, it really is inappropriate. But what we do is we take this all the way through the casing,
Okay.
and then we're going to flip it one way and then back the other way as we make our way down the
Making
sausage.
links.
Look at that.
Right, we're making links. And then what happens, Bo?
Something
Okay,
magical.
so you can do this at home with your handy dandy
I know.
sausage filler.
Totally.
I do feel like this is a rare opportunity to see how the sausage is made. A lot of times,
Yeah.
you know, it just happens somewhere. You never know.
We'll do
You're seeing
another
it.
show, and maybe we'll do the entire segment that's just on sausage.
I can't
okay?
wait.
So where do the persimmons come into play?
So the persimmons actually are really, there's nothing connected to the sausage.
Okay, gotcha.
The reason the persimmons are there, or as Jason Suel calls them, tomatoes.
Those beautiful tomatoes.
Is that it's that time of year. We're in winter. We're going to see some persimmons around, and you know, if you cut the persimmon seed in half, you know what happens?
I don't know.
You grow a third arm?
You grow a third arm. No, but what you do is you can look into the persimmon seed, and if there's a fork, it means it's going to be a cold winter, and if it's a spoon, he's going to eat it.
Can
he's
you
gonna eat it.
He can't even take a bite.
I know he
Oh,
can't.
outstanding.
I wish it was a pepper.
What does this do? What does this say about my future?
As a matter of fact, you are going to get lucky tonight. Bow counts. All right, so
No
what
parking
happens?
tickets.
No parking tickets, but you're going to have to get that theft charge taken care of.
Oh.
So what you want to do, guys, you can grill these guys. You can poach them, put them in casseroles, a cassoulet, something like that. But I really love them just sort of pan-seared with a little bit of garlic and olive oil, a little salt and pepper, some fresh herbs, and let's give it a try.
Oh,
We're
let's
gonna
do
cut
it.
Right.
Wow.
Well, look at that.
You
That
sure
is
you're not
beautiful.
feeding us rocks this year?
Yeah, thank
No
goodness.
rocks, no micro food. Give that a bite there, my friend.
How do you serve this? Do you just have
man.
it? You said you could put it in a casserole, but what's a side item for
Man,
it?
so the item.
You don't need a side item,
You've
Jason.
heard
That
of,
is good.
You don't need them. I'll tell you this too. You've heard of bangers and mash.
Yeah.
This
That is a
dish
banger.
over some buttery mashed potatoes will change your life.
Man, that's very good.
That is a banger, dude.
Or with just a little bread
Yeah.
and some mustard, something like that. Throw these on the grill if you want to. But there you have it, guys.
Love it.
So easy. Just find a friend, go shoot a duck, maybe a kitten. I'm sorry, there are people that are not going to like that.
No.
Yeah.
Don't shoot a cat. But ducks
Jokes.
and pork make a really great sausage. And I
That's a
think you're gonna be
delicious
good.
sausage. And the recipe is where again? Where can we find all of this?
Edibleculture.net.
That's the
all
place.
All day, all night.
All day and all night. You got to check it out. Case Tigerio, edibleculture.net. We're going to eat some more of this delicious duck sausage. Stay with us. We do have more happening later. Man, it's so good. Yes, I told you I was going to find a way to work persimmons into the show, Case Tigerio. And that is our show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, you can find us out there on your social media platforms. Send us an email over at laterwithjasonsuel.com. And before we leave, we got to thank our amazing guests, including Krista Bradley for joining us, talking about her new film project.
And of course, Chef Case Tigerio for this lovely duck sausage.
And our friends at Lens Audio, and Big Piff for providing us with that music video. That's our show. We'll see you later, alligator.
After Wild Crocodile,
Let's
Happy New
eat.
Year.
Happy New Year.